Not all hijackings are exactly what you would expect. We've got a traditional mindset about what a hijacking looks like. This one is absolutely bizarre. Let's watch and I'll explain.
At 389, by the publishment approach, there's a rogue 172 at about 1030, 4 miles northbound, descending out of 1,800 feet for 1,000 feet. So pull up and go around, fly the publishment approach, and stay this frequency.
So we're tuning in now to Vancouver International Airport, an airport I've been in out of many times. In fact, I was just there last week. And it's a busy airport. There is what is described as a rogue Cessna 172 on its way into the airport. I'm going to give you the background on the story in just a minute, how that Rogue 172 got there. But this aircraft is not talking to anybody. It has been hijacked by a single individual, and they're flying it to Vancouver, but nobody knows why or what's going to happen next. Now, there are protocols in place to handle hijackings. Not every hijacking is going to be exactly the same. The one we typically think of is somebody hijacks a commercial airliner to go fly it someplace to publish a manifesto. At least that's the way it used to go in the old days. The more modern adaptation of that is they're going to use it as a missile someplace. 172? Not really. I mean, this is really bizarre. It's like, but somebody hijacked this airplane and they're going to Vancouver, and this air traffic controller is absolutely fantastic. The first thing he has to do is start getting everybody to clear out of the way. Because again, big question mark on what this guy in the 172 is going to do. So he tells WestJet to go around. WestJet starts to go around. Watch what this air traffic controller does next.
Hey, WestJet 39 in the mess.
All right, he's on his way around now.
389, just crossing the south runway now northbound. There's that 172. He's slowly descending at 1,300 feet. And I'll let you know when it's supposed to do departure. What's the 39 check mark?
Okay, so this air traffic controller is doing probably about 8 things all at the same time. He's monitoring this airplane that's coming in. He's talking to other people at the airport. What do we do? How do we stop everybody? Do we clear this guy out? We're now sending an aircraft around, but I want him to stay on the frequency. I'll let you know when I want to switch off to somebody else, because there's just too many variables in this. They don't know what this guy is going to do next, so they're trying to stay fluid with the whole thing. Great job. Here's how it goes next.
Alert on this frequency. Come to a stop now, please.
Okay, I can tell you I have never heard that transmission in my 40 plus years of flying. Everybody on this frequency, come to a stop. He's going to do that for a reason. He wants to stop moving airplanes around. Everybody's going to sit there. He's thinking if this Cessna 172 is going to be used like a missile or a bomb somehow and fly into somebody, I want everybody stopped with some separation in between you. Watch what he says next. This is great thinking ahead. We'll be right back, but first, a quick word from our sponsor. Now, normally when I say fuel planning, I'm talking about jets, but lately I've started using the free Upside app to earn cash back every time I fill up my terrestrial vehicle. You know, the one that gets turbulence if you hit a pothole too hard. Here's how it works. I open up the Upside app. I check out the offers nearby. Usually it's places I already go to, like Shell or 7-Eleven. Tap one and boom, I redeem the offer, fill up, and a little while later, that sweet cash back shows up in my account. But here's the thing. Upside isn't just for gas. It gets you cash back on everyday stuff like groceries and dining too, which means if you're flying solo through the drive-thru or doing a grocery run before a trip, you can still earn. There are over 100,000 locations on Upside, including gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants. So cashback is pretty much always within reach, even if you're on a cross-country road trip or, just taxiing through suburbia. And yes, it's real cash back. No goofy points, no blackout dates, no convert your balance to crypto nonsense. It's actual money you can transfer straight into your bank account. Just claim an offer, pay with your regular debit or credit card, follow the steps in the app, and get paid. You don't even need to upload receipts anymore. I've already earned enough for a solid in-flight snack, or at least one of those airport sandwiches that costs as much as checked luggage. Top Upside earners are making as much as $300 a month. To find out how much you could earn, click the link in the description to download Upside and use code Steeeve to get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas, or scan the QR code here to claim this offer. It's like flight planning for your wallet, except you don't need a dispatcher's license to get started. So whether you're cruising at 35,000 feet or stuck in traffic on the ground, the Upside app is a great way to fly smarter. Figuratively, of course, I'm not advocating trying to fly your car. And a special thank you to Upside. Sponsors like this help us make more content for you.
On the frequency, we do have an aircraft that has been hijacked, is in the vicinity of the airport overflying. I'm just going to let you know that so that you can continue looking out the window. It's a 172, and just in case anything starts heading towards you, you have the ability to move at your discretion.
Okay, so he's telling them the reason he stopped them, because the frequency is going to fill up any minute now with everybody going, what's going on? Tell us what's going on. He tells everybody what's going on. That's number one. So he communicates. The second is he tells them to look out the window. Now, he's not telling them to look out the window to watch the show. That's not what this is about. He wants everybody looking out the window in case that Cessna starts coming towards them. He now gives them the freedom to move as they wish or as they can on the airport to get out of the way of that Cessna. So that's a really heads up. This guy is really thinking ahead to every possible contingency. Now, it turns out that that's not what happens. This hijacking is / a protest. All right. And we'll talk about the protest part here in just a second, but this thing keeps going, gets better.
WestJet 389, where's your alternate and how long can you hold for?
We can hold for 0 time. We're at mid-fuel right now.
Okay, got to go, he says. All right, very good.
WestJet 389, what's your alternate?
Victoria.
Okay, WestJet 389, we'll get you going towards Victoria then. You will be going to your alternate. Say, turn left heading 170.
That's the 170 degrees west of 39.
Okay, very definitive instructions.
The international has been shut down due to terrorist activity. Maintain 3000, what is your alternate? Maintain 3000, our alternate is Comox.
Okay. He's peeling everybody off.
Victor, what is your alternate today? The international at Vancouver has been shut down. Okay, we're looking at, yeah, the alternate is at 279.
Okay, so they start peeling everybody off that's in the air. Everybody on the ground has now been stopped. They're beginning to shut down the airport. They said international was shut down. The airport's going to come to a complete halt. This is a huge, big deal at a large airport like Vancouver, all because this guy in a Cessna 172 is protesting something by hijacking this airplane. He's now tooled from where he took off. He stole the airplane to on top of Vancouver, and he just begins to circle on top of the airport, clobbering the whole operation. There is something that gets him to land, and I'll talk about that here in just a minute. It's very clever.
All aircraft on frequency again. We have an incident right above our airspace here, a Hijack 172. They are just flying above us at this time. I cannot give you any further updates, and we are on visual on the aircraft, and just stand by for further instructions. Air Canada 063 heavy ground. Bad news, we're looking at potentially long delays here due to some type of protest. So for everyone on frequency, there's some type of protest going on above the airport. Cessna, you can see over the north runway. They claim going to be here for a few hours.
Okay, so he now tells everybody on the ground that there's some sort of protest going on. It turns out that the guy that hijacked this airplane and is circling over and clobbering all the traffic in and out of Vancouver, is protesting climate change, all right? And I'm not sure how doing that is going to help climate change. You're operating a gas engine, but anyways, that's another argument for another day. He's trying to make a statement. He is actually talking on the frequency to the air traffic controllers at Vancouver. In fact, they said he was just talking nonstop, probably reading his manifesto or trying to get his point across. We are not going to play any of that for you because we don't want to give that sort of thing an audience. We don't want to encourage that sort of behavior. One of the things that comes up here in just a minute is absolutely brilliant. This guy circles for quite some time over the airport. I think he was threatening to do it for hours, probably until he ran short on gas. He lands here in just a few minutes. And here's why, but let's watch the end of this video.
For aircraft on this frequency, the aircraft in question is in surface over the north runway, lining up for 26 right at this time, a 172.
All right, he's lining up to land on runway 26 right now. There's a picture of the aircraft on the runway. Of course, all the security and police vehicles have surrounded him. They arrest the pilot. I don't know his name. Doesn't make any difference. He's carted off to spend some time in jail for clear and obvious reasons. What got this guy to land so quickly? The air traffic controller broadcast to everybody else what was going on. And then shortly after that, he said, NORAD, all right, the North American Air Defense System has been notified and they're on their way. Now, whether that was a bluff or that was true or not doesn't make any difference. The guy in the Cessna hears there's a fighter jet or jets on their way, and guess what they're going to do to me? So he's thinking, you know what? I'm going to save my own bacon. I've made my little protest. I'm going to land this thing. There's no evidence that jets ever showed up, but what a great bluff on the part of the air traffic controller to get the whole thing to stop right there. And I have to say, if I was this guy in this Cessna and I heard that fighter jets were on their way, you know what? I'm going to put this baby on the ground and go continue my protest at the local jail, which in fact he did. So my friends, not all hijackings are the same. Not all hijackings have a terrible outcome. This one was really bizarre, different. I thought you would want to see it. It ends up having a really good outcome because of a heads-up air traffic controller that brought the whole thing to a stop by a simple insinuation that the good guys were on their way. That's good news, isn't it? Well, now you know. I'm Captain Steeve. Fly safe. Wow, this was absolutely a crazy episode with a pilot that probably shouldn't have been flying an airplane. There's another video of a pilot that probably shouldn't have been flying an airplane right here. Check this one out. This is absolutely wild.